Hey there folks, welcome back to Is That Right Gaming. My name is Rob. Today, despite this wicked weather going on here in California, you might be able to hear some of the wind and the rain on my garage door. It is really windy out there. Despite all that, we're going to do a What's in the Box on Shadows of Brimstone Frontier Town expansion. You will possibly remember that we did do an unboxing on the core set, the City of Ancients core set, which featured the Targa Plateau. I have not played through as much as I would hope to. I will say that I have played a lot of the mine scenarios, and it's a lot of fun. I've also been adding in the hex crawl stuff, or at least learning about it, I should say, because I think people are right. You can make this into a form of an RPG. But I'm going to go ahead and take you down to the table, sort of. We have a new setup. I don't know how improved. Let me know what you think. So we got this camera here as well as this camera above. That camera above can see right now this wonderful Is That Right Gaming beanie here. Sorry about the dog hair. I do have 4 dogs. But yeah, you can see this beautiful beanie is available on our merch store, if that's your sort of thing. It is cold and rainy, so some people would really like something like that, and we keep the prices as cheap as possible. I think I make maybe $1 off of it, but that's neither here nor there. We are here for Frontier Town, the expansion. So you will notice there's this stupid tag on it. Amazon shipped it in this box. They didn't put it in any sort of exterior box. So at least I'm getting rid of the shrink wrap. So let's take a look. The game is 1 to 4 players, ages 12 and up. It is kind of dark. There's a lot of interesting things that 12. Your mileage may vary. It depends on how you are as a parent. I probably would be okay with it. Some of it would need explanation. Lots of violence. This is a game about fighting back kind of Cthulhu-type monsters. Cthulhu is a monster you can get from another expansion. Also, this is 90 to 180 minutes. And it says here, the towns on the Old West frontier are full of danger and adventure around every corner. The Frontier Town expansion allows players a deeper and richer town experience between adventures, adding exciting new types of towns to find, such as plague towns, outlaw towns, or mutant towns. 6 all-new town locations to visit, such as the street market, sheriff's office, Indian Trading Post. There's a good thing to stop on. There are certain Native Americans that prefer the term Indian, and then there are those that prefer Native American, and then others would just prefer you to call them whatever their tribe is. So that's something to think about with this. There's also a smuggler's den, a new expanded travel chart, and a deadly new ranged enemy, bandits, for use both down in the mines as well as in town. With this expansion, heroes also have the opportunity to play out adventures in the Frontier Town itself. Using the new Town Adventure board, heroes can protect the townsfolk while battling demons in the streets, have a shootout with bandits trying to rob the local bank, or find themselves in a duel at high noon. With loads of new charts, cards, counters, missions, and the new bandit enemies, you'll never know what to expect when you ride into a frontier town in Shadows of Brimstone. So let's go ahead and pop this open. We'll see what's in the box. And there we go. I am excited to see. Now this doesn't give you persistent towns. If you want persistent towns, you'll have to get into the hex crawl mechanism. I think it's kind of interesting that there isn't this sort of persistent town. You're always going to a different town, and then towns are destroyed, but what towns are destroyed? And then there is a map of towns in the book that you can then go through. So why not use that? And that's kind of what the hex crawl system does. So here is our beautiful adventure book for Frontier Town. Beautiful artwork here on the cover. Bandits robbing the local bank. These two here trying not to get gunned down. So yeah. Minor technical difficulties. It looks like my top-down camera wasn't actually recording. So, take two. We are looking at the Shadows of Brimstone adventure book here. I'll go ahead and open up again. We can see the different locations. We got new town map, town adventure board, new cards, new town locations and specialty towns, new enemies, bandits, new missions, unwanted attention markers, town locations, building tokens, shootout markers, townsfolk, new side bag, devil's wheel, gambling. So I haven't done much gambling in this game, so your mileage may vary, but this is a new way to gamble in the game. So you can check that out. We may at some point, I don't know, we're usually spending our time at the Frontier Outpost selling Darkstone, or we're at the general store buying stuff. So we haven't spent much time in a lot of places, except maybe trying to remove corruption. Prisoner, money bags, gallows, additional tokens, small, medium, and large towns, expanded travel chart, small town, medium town, large town, and then it mentions the specialty towns. There is a chart you can roll on with 2d6, town ruins, haunted town, plague town, rail town, standard frontier town, mining town, river town, mutant town, and outlaw town. All will have different things that'll be shown actually on these specialty town cards, and some other information that could be available. Constructing your town, destroying buildings, new town locations that are available in this expansion. We'll take a look at those. Visiting the camp as a location. There are things to do at the camp. Daily event deck. Just another day on the frontier. On unwanted attention. When trouble comes a-callin'. Expanded bounty. There are special rules, daily events, and extra options for the specialty town types. There's a wanted section here. Here is a section about the Devil's Wheel. For those of you that want to go gamble, there's more on that. So, Bandits here. Town Adventure Board and how to use it. Different rules. Shooting from windows and doors, it looks like. And there's the wind. I'm not sure if you can hear it, but it is pretty windy out there. And so we have cover, leaning around corners and doors, rooftops. Lots of things that will give some additional flavor to your game. These are the missions. I'll go through quickly. Shootout in the streets, hanging high, bank robbery, jailbreak, town overrun, and high noon duel. This is kind of a solo adventure. Here's an expanded travel event, or travel hazard chart, excuse me. So there are a bunch of different things that can pop up there. Some frequently asked questions, clarifications, that's good. Here's your paint guide for those of you that like to paint. Personally, I don't generally paint. But yeah, we can take a look here. We got graphic design and layout, Jack Scott Hill. Town board illustration, Matthew Morgaine. Art direction, Jack Scott Hill. Illustrations by Brian Snoddy, Matthew Morgaine, Corey Hubble, and Fernando Olmedo. Box cover illustration, Corey Hubble. So there you go. Box cover was done by Corey Hubble. I like that art. It's really good. Really cool. And then here is a chart of our new side bag tokens. Spice, potion, hatchet, lantern oil, exotic herbs, tequila, and a fine cigar. Not just a cigar, but a fine cigar. Alright, so we got our gallows here. A stagecoach. The Devil's Wheel. There's the prisoner. There's a bank vault of sorts. Townsfolk. Hatchet. Money bags. Horses for everybody. And money tokens. Unwanted attention. And pretty much looks the same on the other side. So there's that. Let's pop out something here. Oh yeah, that popped out pretty neatly. So that's good. Never really liked the stuff that doesn't like to pop out. I have torn a few tokens because they just weren't cut well to begin with. So here's our shootout. Fine cigars, exotic herbs, spice, lantern oil, potion, tequila. All of our different locations here. General store, frontier outpost, saloon, blacksmith, docks office, church. Those are your typical ones. Then you have a smuggler's den, an Indian trading post, mutant quarter, sheriff's office, street market, and gambling hall. And you can see that these on the back side are blank. That way you can shuffle them up and get varying things. We'll look at this in a second. This is a nice thick board. That's your city board. And we've got some cards here, minis, and a product catalog. So if you're interested in this product catalog, Flying Frog does have some pretty good games as well as some different expansions for Shadows of Brimstone. So that's there if you want it. So let's see if I can get this open and we can take a look at some of the cards available in the Frontier Town pack. So we'll start with the infamous Bandit gangs. So you can see there how the backs of these cards look. And then we have the Hitchcock gang, some flavor text, how they operate, there's a bounty on them, Fallen Angels, El Tejones, Desperados, Death Dealers, Brimstone Devils. Wow, they got a $50 bounty. And there's the Hitchcock gang again. So yeah, lots of different gangs, and you can go catch them and make some additional monies and such, as well as get experience. So you're not spending all your time in the mine. But it isn't going to be easy because this is Shadows of Brimstone. So here's our usual gear back. Go ahead and flip it over. And we've got a Far Eastern Potion, discard. Lantern Oil, discard. Rare Spices, Exotic Herbs, Tequila Bottle, Fine Cigar, Throwing Hatchet. So all of these new gear cards are just discard, but it's always nice to have more cards. So here we have some daily events. Daily events in town. So flip that over. Just another day in town. There's a few of these. How many are there? 4. And then we get into high noon, market prices up, down, wide open skies, heavy rain, traveling tonic wagon, ooh, a mob riot, persecution, wounded soldiers, we found something, hanging, and strange lights overhead. So lots of different things you can experience. So now we have some of our threat cards. So here we'll take a look first at our high threat, typically for 5 to 6 heroes. So we have 6 bandits and a low threat card. And then 6 infamous bandits. That's where those infamous bandit cards will come into play. So here are some medium threat cards, typically for 3 to 4 heroes. 6 bandits, and a peril die of infamous bandits. And then we have 3 low cards here, typically used for 1 to 2 players. Alright, so we have a peril die of bandits, and then a D3. That's where you roll a D6, and then 1, 2 is 1, 3, 4 is 2, and 5, 6 is 3. And then you would add 1 for those infamous bandits. So there are those. No epic threat cards in this expansion. And then we've got a shootout card here. This must be a player aid. Ambush, retreat, target, make a ranged attack. Some more player aid cards here, it looks like. Side bag tokens, exotic herbs, lantern oil, spice token, potion token. So those 2 are the same. And then we have tequila token, fine cigar, hatchet token, and hatchet token. So it tells you what's going to happen when you use those different tokens. Here we have some wanted cards. At the end of each day in town, roll a number of dice equal to your hero level. For each roll of 6 you are recognized gains 10 experience. Then choose to either pay $50 bribing them to look the other way, or flee town to escape the law, ending your town stay. While you are wanted, gain the keyword outlaw. And then there's a most wanted side. At the end of each day in town, roll a number of dice equal to your hero level. For each roll of 6 you are recognized, gain 20 XP, so 20 instead of 10. And then you choose to pay them a D6 times $50, bribing them to look the other way. So you get more for being wanted, but you're also gonna spend some monies. Alright, here we go. So here is our bandit card. So we have bandits, size medium, that's typical person size. Initiative 5, ability shootout, bandit pistols, ranged attack, range 6, shots 3, damage 2. Hail of bullets, bandits range to hit rolls of 6 cause 3 hits each. Wow. Alright, so for a ranged attack, they need to hit on a 5+. Melee attack is 4+, but they roll 2 combat dice and deal 2 damage. Although if they're doing ranged, they do it off the shots, so they would get to roll 3 dice, and if any of them are 5+, then they hit. Move 6, you have to roll a 3 or higher to escape, 3 defense, and then 3 health, so they're not terribly tough, but they are tough enough because they have that bit of armor defense. 15 experience. Here's your elite chart. Rustlers +5 health, heavy dusters, thieves, just different elite abilities that they can gain. They also have the tag outlaws. On their brutal side, they have shootout. You can see they go from a 5 to a 6 in initiative, which I think for the most part would mean they'd go first, unless you have some different modifiers. Bandit pistol has a range of 6. They can fire 5 shots, which means they roll 5 dice. They deal 3 damage. Hail of bullets, a roll of 6 causes 3 hits. Move of 6, escape 3+. Now they hit on a 4+ at range, 4+ melee. 3 melee combat dice, dealing 3 damage. 3 defense, 8 health, and you get 30 experience for them. It's a little bit different here. They get trigger happy, heavy dusters, thieves, you'll never take me alive, ruthless gunslinger. So yeah, very interesting. Cool new villain that you can fight in the course of the game. Here are our specialty towns. I'm going to go through these kind of quickly. If you're interested, hopefully you can see on the top-down camera and you can get an idea of what those are. So here's our river town. So you got commerce along the rails. Here are rails along the river. Daily events, extra options, different things that you can do in town during your stay at a river town. Plague town, so there is a cursed plague on the town. Probably not a place you want to stay for a very long time, but you never know. Here are our daily events, extra options, different things going on there. Plague town. Here is our mutant town. So mutants have come together in these towns. They kind of build themselves as a refuge for those who are different. So there is that. Daily events, extra options. Hopefully you can see and maybe read all that. There is a lot going on in these towns. So we have a haunted town. There are ghosts in this town. You can break the curse on the town, it looks like. There's your daily events, extra options. So, a lot of stuff you can do there in a haunted town. Here is a town that's just rubble and ruin. So, that's going to affect how the town works. Things that have happened. You can help rebuild, search the rubble of the town. Lots to do in that town. Rail town, here's where your commerce is along the rails. So you get fresh supplies, different special rules there. Flip it over. Here are our daily events. That Hell Train sounds really interesting. Army Train, Big City Reporter. You can send a telegraph, or if you're an outlaw, you can rob a train. Those are some interesting options that you can have. An outlaw town, a town completely taken over by outlaws. Wretched hive of scum and villainy. See, you got scum and villainy here and wretched hive up there. I see you, Jason. You're a Star Wars fan. Lawless. Daily events that can come in a town that is full of outlaws. Different things that you can do within such a town. And you can also utilize these story-wise if you were to use, say, the Hex Crawl fan variant that's available for this game. Here's a mining town. There's going to be a lot of mining that's going on at the town. Different things that you can come up with. Daily events. Ooh, Darkstone explosion. Wow. None of that sounds terribly good, but okay. Purchase Darkstone mining tools, Darkstone pick, sifting pan. So there you go. Those are the specialty towns available in the Frontier expansion. Great way to spice up your game. And here, let's grab from the bottom here. Well, that's only that. Where's my middle-sized town? Huh. Maybe it's on the back of one of these. There it is. Okay. That explains it. So here's a small town. There's 4 additional locations you can have. Days since last event. Campsites are in every town. Hotels are in every town. Here is a normal-sized town that you can build, and where each place ends up. You can also end up having to roll dice to see if town locations are destroyed. Looks like you roll a d8 for this one, d6 for this one, and a d8 for this one because you have 8 locations in a large-sized town. So yeah, there's that. We'll flip this over here. New travel and town. So there's expanded traveling, town depth events used during a town adventure. So when you're rolling dice like you would to hold back the darkness, if you roll doubles, something happens. So 1 to 5 are always bad. 6 is kind of a good thing that just, if you're really lucky, it can happen. I've only had it happen once, I think. Usually you roll one of the others. Obviously, that's the more likely outcome if you roll doubles. Specialty town types, again, the chart that you can roll off of, rolling 2d6. So there is that. And here we have those new town locations. So there is a whole new gambling hall. Here are our location events that happen. You roll for each player that goes to the town and see what happens. Purchase items, side bag tokens, and clothing. Looks like you can get whiskey here as well as a fine cigar. Some other fancy clothing as well. Entertainment, 5-card draw poker, brimstone craps. Here's the devil's wheel. Some other things you can do to purchase different items that are available there. So we'll set those aside. The Indian Trading Post. Here are the events that can happen at the Indian Trading Post. Then we have Tribal Medicine Man. Some different healing that can happen. Spiritual Cleansing, Vision Quest. Those are free. Purchase items. You've got some different things. Native American stuff here and some Darkstone related things here. Tribal tent, but this is only if you're a tribal or a scout. There are some different things you can get too, including what looks like bows and arrows, so that's kind of cool. There is that. And then we have the mutant quarters. Different location events. Community, there is Mutant Sergeant, Mutant Revolutionaries, wow. Mutant Prophet. You can buy a lot of stuff here, including a hooded cloak. Void Child Pistol, Rail Spike Driver. A lot of stuff going on there. Interesting. Oh, parasites give you a -1 to the roll. So if you roll a 1 with a parasite, you die. Wow. Bandages, church tent exorcism, whiskey. The devil's wheel is on here too. Oh wait, that's just information for the gambling hall. Some information about unwanted attention tokens. All unwanted attention markers are removed at the end of the hero's stay in town. So that'll be something important for people to remember. When you leave town, you no longer have those tokens. Let's take a look at these bandits really quickly. Oh, get off that. So we have our standard bases. I'm not going to take a look at that. But here, you can see on the sprues here, I learn new things all the time. I've never had to cut out minis, perhaps put them together. In this case, you don't have to put anything together. They are already set up, ready to go. You have nothing to worry about when it comes to these bandits. You just have to cut them out. I'm not a fan of this, but a lot of people like to be able to cut out their minis, put them together, paint them up. I don't paint very well. This is what I do. I do videography. I play board games and I do videography. But yeah, you can see here, hopefully, there's some nice detail on these bandit tokens. Got the pistols there. They all look roughly the same. I don't know if you can tell on that camera and with the angle, but they all have masks on that can be painted different colors. So, pretty cool. 6 different bandits that can be used in the game. Interesting. A little bit of damage in the box here. Not exactly sure what caused that. Everything looks to be in good shape. Nothing additional underneath that insert. It is kind of a cheap cardboard insert. So, that's exciting. Let's get this out of the way, because the next thing we want to see is this big old town board. More or less. Get some of this stuff out of the way. There we go. Sorry about the glare on either side. Lift it up a little bit. So, Shadows of Brimstone. So we have some different town locations here. You can set up minis and tokens here and have a duel at high noon in the middle of the streets here. But yeah, this is a really nice board. Probably can't see, there's a little bit of a scratch there. Not a big deal. It's not going to mess up our experience of doing a duel in town. Looks like there are 4 exits to town, A, B, C, and D. So different areas, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different locations. This looks like a church. Not entirely sure. This might be a general store, some sort of stable here, sheriff's office, saloon, and possibly a hotel up top. I'm not sure what this location would be. Got a lot of beds in it, so maybe that's the hotel. And then looks like it's mining related. But yeah, you can have a shootout here in the streets. You've got different exits to town. People can go different directions. Yeah, there's a lot that this board allows you to do in town. So we've been looking at Frontier Town, the expansion for Shadows of Brimstone. Like I said, there's a lot you can get out of this expansion. There's a lot more when you start adding in things like the hex crawl, because from what I understand, you can build towns that are persistent. They don't just go away because you're no longer there. Which is an interesting thing about Shadows of Brimstone. There's always a different town you can go to, so if a town gets destroyed, you go to a different one. But you can never go back to the same town-ish. I suppose you could set up the same town again somehow, but the hex crawl variant allows you to add in some things. That's a fan expansion available on Board Game Geek's forums. Check those out. But yeah, this has been the Frontier Town expansion What's in the Box episode. My name is Rob, and this is That Right Gaming. If you want to check out them wonderful Is That Right Gaming beanies, check out the Fourth Wall store. Stop by our Twitch. We'll be playing this game, I'm sure, at some point on stream. Right now, on Wednesdays, we are playing various board games that we want to play. Thursdays are for Gloomhaven. Every other Sunday, we play Dungeons and Dragons. Stop by about 6:30 for board games on Wednesday, 6:30 for Gloomhaven, and 12:30 for Dungeons and Dragons. So, that's it for this episode. Thanks so much for watching, and have a great rest of your day.